Ever felt like a dark cloud constantly looms over your head, and the world seems to be spiraling into chaos? This sense of impending doom, the feeling that everything is going awry, is more common than you might think. It's not just you. It's a collective sentiment shared by many, especially in the wake of the challenges we face in today's world. This mindset, this pervasive pessimism, has a name. It's known as the DOOMER mentality. The term doomer paints a picture of an individual who holds a bleak outlook towards life, viewing the future through a lens of despair and hopelessness. It's a mentality that often stems from the overwhelming pressures and uncertainties of our time. From climate change to political turmoil, the doomer sees a world in decline, a future shrouded in darkness. If you've been feeling this way, you're not alone. And there's a term for it. You might be a doomer. So, what makes a doomer a doomer? Well, to answer that, we first must delve into the depths of the doomer mindset. Picture a person who's constantly shrouded in a fog of pessimism, someone who sees the world through a lens of hopelessness. That's a doomer. A doomer is someone who always expects the worst. The glass isn't just half empty, it's shattered on the floor. They're often consumed by worry, anxiety, and a sense of impending doom. They're convinced that the world is on a one-way street to disaster, and that there's nothing they, or anyone else for that matter, can do to stop it. Now, it's perfectly normal to have negative thoughts and feelings from time to time. Life isn't always rainbows and butterflies, right? We all have our gloomy days, our moments of doubt and despair. But for doomers, these aren't just fleeting feelings, they're a constant, relentless force that overshadows their everyday life. The doomer mentality isn't just about being a pessimist. It's about feeling trapped in a cycle of negativity, where every prospect for improvement seems like a false hope, a mirage in the desert of despair. It's about feeling helpless in the face of global issues, like climate change, economic inequality, and political instability. It's about seeing the worst in everything, even when there's a silver lining. A doomer perceives the world as a sinking ship, and themselves as passengers who can't find a lifeboat. They're convinced that they're living in the worst of times, even when evidence suggests otherwise. They're burdened by the weight of the world's problems and feel powerless to make a difference. But here's the thing, acknowledging and understanding these symptoms of doomer mentality is half the battle. It's the first crucial step towards breaking free from the chains of despair and moving towards a more optimistic, hopeful outlook. Understanding the symptoms of doomer mentality is the first step towards overcoming it. Why should you care about overcoming doomer mentality? Let's dive into the impact it can have on your life. Doomer mentality, with its relentless pessimism and fatalistic outlook, can wreak havoc on your mental well-being. It's like a dark cloud that follows you around, casting a shadow over everything you do. It can lead to feelings of depression, anxiety, and even result in a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure. Moreover, this mentality can strain your relationships. It's challenging to maintain healthy connections when you're constantly consumed by negative thoughts. People around you may feel helpless, unable to penetrate the wall of doom and gloom you've built around yourself. And let's not forget about its impact on your overall quality of life. Constant negativity can rob you of the ability to appreciate the simple joys of life. It can make everything seem bleak and meaningless, trapping you in a cycle of despair. The doomer mentality can be a heavy burden to carry, but remember, it's possible to lighten this load. Ready to shift from doomer to bloomer? Here's how. We've all been there, trapped in a cycle of negativity, feeling like we're drowning in despair. But it's time to take the first steps out of the shadows and into the light. The journey from doomer to bloomer is not easy, but it's entirely possible, and it starts with understanding that change is within your control. The first strategy is to acknowledge your feelings. It's easy to dismiss feelings of doom and gloom as just a phase or part of life, but this mentality only fuels the fire. Instead, start by acknowledging how you feel. Accept that these feelings are real and valid, but they are not permanent. You are more than your current state of mind, and you have the power to change it. Next, practice mindfulness. This is a powerful tool that can help you stay grounded in the present moment. When you're caught up in a doomer mentality, it's easy to get lost in thoughts of the past or worry about the future. Mindfulness brings you back to now, to this moment. It's a simple practice of focusing on your breath, on the sensations in your body, or on the sounds around you. And with time and practice, it can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. Lastly, don't hesitate to seek professional help. There's no shame in needing a little extra support. Mental health professionals are trained to help you navigate these feelings and provide you with tools and strategies to cope. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to admit that you're struggling. And it's more than okay to take steps to improve your mental health. These are the first few steps towards a brighter outlook. It's a journey, not a race, so take your time. Celebrate the small victories and remember every step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. On our next part, we'll dive into more strategies you can use to continue this journey towards a more hopeful and positive mindset. These are the first few steps towards a brighter outlook. Scene script. Still with us? Good. Let's continue the journey towards a positive mindset. As we delve deeper into our quest to overcome the doomer mentality, it's important to remember that every step counts, no matter how small. One of these steps is maintaining a healthy lifestyle. This doesn't just mean hitting the gym or running a marathon. It's about understanding that our bodies and minds are intrinsically linked. Regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest can enhance our mental well-being, helping us to manage stress and anxiety more effectively. Now let's talk about your social circle. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another key to breaking free from the doomer mindset. This includes not only the people you interact with, but also the media you consume. Engage with those who inspire and uplift you, not those who feed your fears and anxieties. Seek out books, movies, and music that spark joy and optimism. Remember, you're the curator of your own experiences, so choose wisely. Next up, setting achievable goals. This is about breaking down your grand ambitions into smaller, manageable tasks. You might have a broad goal like, I want to be happier. That's great, but it's also vague. Instead, try setting specific goals like, I will spend 15 minutes each day practicing mindfulness, or I will dedicate 1 hour each week to a hobby I love. These are clear, actionable steps that can lead to a larger sense of fulfillment and happiness. It's also crucial to celebrate your progress, no matter how minor it may seem. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory against the doomer mentality. So, give yourself a pat on the back each time you accomplish a goal. It's a reminder that you're moving forward, that you're capable of change. Remember, overcoming doomer mentality is a journey, not a destination. It's about making a series of small, consistent changes to shift your mindset from pessimism to optimism. And trust me, once you start seeing the world through this new lens, you'll wonder why you ever saw it any other way. So, can you stop being a doomer? Absolutely. We've journeyed together through the labyrinth of the doomer mindset, explored its shadowed corners, and felt the chill of its impact. But remember, it's not a life sentence. It's a state of mind that can be changed. We've learned that understanding is the first step to overcoming. Recognizing the doomer mentality is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly you can see the obstacles and navigate around them. Next, we've discussed the steps to overcome this mentality. It's about shifting your perspective, cultivating positivity, and adopting healthier habits. It's about building resilience, fostering connections, and seeking professional help when needed. Remember, transforming your mindset is not a sprint, but a marathon. It takes time, patience, and persistence. Don't be disheartened by setbacks. They're not failures, but